So is Trump about to shock all crypto holders? That's what we're waiting on. Today at 4 p.m. Eastern, that is when we are supposed to find out exactly what is going to be happening with Trump's tariff rollout. Today is Liberation Day, his words, his moniker for this, his title for this. And he is actively right now making final decisions on reciprocal duties and tariffs, finalizing his plan before it rolls out. He is scheduled to make a formal announcement at 4 p.m. Eastern. At least that is the best time that I've been able to find online. I had a report that I thought it was going to be at 11:30 Eastern. That has obviously time has since gone by. So that was some bad information. But ultimately, it looks like 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when Trump is going to make his formal announcement on what is going to be in all of these tariffs. What are they going to look like? And it literally has kind of the markets on high alert. Now, interestingly enough, what we're seeing across the board, if we look at the stock market right now, as of the recording the video here, the Dow is up. Let me move the picture of me. You guys can see this. The Dow is up 127 right here on the right. The Nasdaq's up 126. S&P's up 23. Russell's up 17. So forth. No mention here on anywhere on Yahoo Finance as to kind of the formal time that we're waiting on the announcement from President Trump for the Liberation Day tariff plan. What's it going to look like? Because I think they're keeping it extremely close to the vest as far as President Trump's team, because they don't want anything to get out. Now, the reason I'm making this video and kind of talking to you about this and wanting you to understand how this plays out is that in the last 7-8 weeks, anytime there was a major announcement or major day associated with a tariff, i.e. the tariffs against Mexico, Canada, China, so forth, it was an extremely red down day for crypto. It really was. In fact, there were multiple days. It was a period of time where we had, the initial impact, and then we had, everything dropping, Bitcoin dropping, XRP, major cryptos dropping, the overall market cap dropping. And today being the day where we get the formal announcement on the biggest tariff announcement, the Liberation Day announcement, again, where he's going to lay out his entire blanket tariff plan, you would think that everything would be moving in the red. Well, right now, everything is in the green, waiting on this news. So we've got some speculative, price action going on right now. Bitcoin's up 2%, XRP's up 0.89, EOS and Radium up 19.9% respectively. Got a meme coin bonk running up. And really not a lot of red. Really, you can see across the board, nothing really happening. Now, this can turn on a dime, and it will turn on a dime. And my expectation, and I am not being a fudster or throwing FUD out there, my expectation is that we're going to see red. Because again, because of that precedent, because of what we've seen historically, how the market reacts. And then you have the add-on effect of the respective countries that are impacted by President Trump's Liberation Day tariff plans most likely to come out and announce that they're going to impose even more tariffs on the United States, and so forth and so on. The fear, the uncertainty is unleashed. People start to speculate about, am I going to have a job next week? What's the cost of the cost of just going to the store and buying groceries and buying stuff for my house and all of that kind of stuff? What's the cost of vehicles? There's a 25% tariff plan being put into place to tariff vehicles coming in from obviously Canada, Mexico, so forth and so on. All of this is lining up to be one of those days where we could see some significant price decline in all major cryptos. It's entirely possible. And the history says that we will see that. Now, I'm going to say this point blank. Nobody knows the answer. I've talked to some very smart people in traditional finance as well as crypto, and everybody is scratching their head. Nobody knows how this is going to play out. Most people are leaning towards the fact that they think that this is going to be significantly red and I'm talking about red, just moving down, crypto, traditional, Wall Street, uh, stocks, bonds, etc., because of this. And that's what we're expecting. I would certainly love to see us move the other way. I mean, but that I just don't know if that's going to happen. So he's saying that this is going to make America wealthy again. Major stock indexes already rattled by tariff fears and other concerns fell sharply when markets opened. They did fall, but they have pared back, and now, as I showed you just a minute ago, the markets are up. 100 plus points each on the Nasdaq and on the Dow. It's the uncertainty that we really don't know. The reciprocal tariffs are still largely unknown, and that's a big part. Experts are already sounding the alarm. We've previously announced tariffs on specific countries. I mentioned this in a video earlier in the video: China, Canada, and Mexico, and on specific industries, including 25% tariffs on automobiles. I talked about that, right? So we are left with this place of massive uncertainty. That's where we're at right here, right now. And so stay tuned. We're now waiting until approximately 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to see how this all will play out. President Trump and his team are supposed to unveil it at that time. I'm not expecting it to be promptly unveiled at 4 p.m. exactly. Usually these are kind of approximate times, if you will. More to come. I appreciate you giving me a few minutes, and we'll see. Bye.